Steve Bruce guided Villa to a playoff final against Fulham. Aston Villa successfully defended their one-goal lead from the first leg to progress to the Championship playoff final at Middlesbrough's expense on Tuesday evening. It was a nervy night for both sides, and Villa survived a scare when their former winger Stewart Downing crashed the bar with a late free kick, but they did enough to get one step closer to a Premier League return. Steve Bruce had said that the club is a sleeping giant, and here are 4 talking points from the night they started to wake up. 1. In attack and defense, Villa were the better side again. Bruce clearly wanted to put the tie beyond doubt as early as possible, so it was no surprise to see Villa start the brighter. Ryan Shotton faced up to an energetic Albert Adoma, who looked to get involved by constantly cutting inside and playing the ball into Lewis Graben, again preferred to Jonathan Koja up front. Graben forced a corner in the opening minutes after impressive link-up, but James Bree, the young defender, could only shoot over after it was taken. Conor Aurihane added to the visitors' nerves by closing down a clearance by Darren Randolph. Boro soon grew into the game, but the same problems as in Saturday's first leg at the Riverside Stadium reared ahead. For all their domination of the ball, there were no chances created for Brett Aston, who, tellingly, touched the ball fewer times than anyone in the first half. Adama Traore couldn't get close enough to the striker, and the closest they came to testing Villa goalkeeper Sam Johnston was when George Friend was booked for fouling him on the byline. That didn't stop Friend being Boro's hero of the opening 45 minutes, though. He somehow stopped Aurihane from doubling the hosts' aggregate lead after some superb build-up play from Adoma with a brilliantly timed tackle in the box. James Chester shot wide with 7 minutes remaining in the half as Villa continued to create the better opportunities. Aston Villa 0-0 Middlesbrough. Match centre Jack Grealish was an unsung hero in the first leg for ability to drive at the Boro defence, relieving the pressure on his teammates, and he carried on in the same vein. Randolph kept Boro alive after the break, first by stopping Graben's attempt to turn Adoma's low cross into the net with a point-blank save, then tipping the striker's effort from range over the bar. Fittingly, perhaps, it was Grealish who called him into the most immediate action with his superb curling effort. 2. Adama Traore was once again kept worryingly quiet for Boro. If there is something that both sides know, it is just how enigmatic Traore, a graduate from Barcelona's La Masia Youth Academy, can be. The young Spaniard switched from Villa to Teesside in a deal that saw Adoma head in the other direction in the summer of 2016, and while it took a little while for him to settle into English football, Boro have certainly begun to see the best of him, thanks in no small part to his baptism of fire in the Championship and working with Tony Pulis. His blistering pace, sublime close control and unstoppable dribbling suggest he learned a lot in Catalonia, but only this season has he added a more consistent end product to his unquestionable raw talent. Premier League clubs will certainly be monitoring his progress. Villa showed in the first leg that marking Traore so tightly, sacrificing 2 or 3 men, is worth it, because Pulis' side don't the creativity in other areas to take advantage of the space that is freed up. Once again, to Boro's immense frustration, their star man just couldn't get involved as Johnston remained unworked. Even with the amount of the ball they saw, they failed to register a single shot on target all night, allowing Villa to step up their hunt for a second goal as the match developed. Aston was also unable to make an impact in the tie, and Patrick Bamford replaced him with just over 20 minutes remaining. Rudy Justine then came on for Johnny Howson as Pulis stepped up his pursuit of parity in the tie, but Villa remained in the ascendancy and eventually saw it out. Stadium crying. Villa Park capacity, 42,785. Stamford Bridge capacity, 41,631. Tonight's sold-out game at Villa Park will be the biggest home league crowd that John Terry has ever played in front of. Robert Snodgrass' class showed in a different way in the first leg. Snodgrass made a telling contribution to Villa's attacking performance, hitting the bar on the stroke of half-time and bringing a good save out of Randolph, but his impact was much more positional in the second leg. He tracked back excellently, helping Mile Jedinak, Saturday's hero, cut off the supply line to the strikers through the heart of the midfield, as well as aiding Alan Hutton's cause of containing Traore. It was proof of what Bruce has built in the West Midlands. Villa's squad is one of the best on paper, and Snodgrass' arrival on loan from West Ham was predicted to add extra stardust, but he showed his willingness to work for the team, particularly as the game came to a close. Adoma was substituted as the clock struck 90, and he fully deserved to be in the discussion for man of the match, running the channels and pegging Schattenbeck whenever he could. Where Traore failed, the former Boro winger succeeded, creating chance after chance, particularly for Graben. Villa did enough anyway and fully deserved their progression to the final, where they will meet Fulham at Wembley. 4. Tony Pulis has work to do at Boro, but a great platform on which to do it. When Pulis arrived just after Christmas, Boro were on the road to nowhere and there wasn't much hope for the fans, and it should be remembered that he managed to turn it round extremely quickly this season. Their issues were clear to see across both legs. They need more creativity, more unpredictability and more attacking options, otherwise it will be as easy for others to contain them as it was for Villa and Bruce tonight and on Saturday. Steve Gibson, the chairman, was the reason Pulis took the step down into the championship, and he will back the manager in any way he can to make it work. There can be no doubting that they will be a promotion threat again next year, especially if they can keep the likes of Traore and Captain Ben Gibson. Want to read more football articles? Register with The Sportsman to personalize your news feed with your favorite sports and football team.